no homo, but I wasn't gon' lose, cause I wasn't gon' suck dick for no views. You see me if you see me, if not, then fuck it. I had to get a hold of myself.
Hey, what's up guys? And we are back with another vlog. Now, if you guys are new, I do have another YouTube channel where I post nothing but Let's Plays and anything non-sports related. So if you guys are interested in videos like that from me, make sure to check for the link in the description and hit that subscribe button. Now, this video is gonna be more like happy. So I made a video yesterday. At the time of recording this video, it is the 10th. I made this video yesterday and I was furious. I was so furious, man. We had just lost to the Washington Redskins and I was going off, and like, we need to fire Marc Trestman. We need to get him the fuck out of here. And I was gonna upload this video tomorrow because, like, the way I like to do it, because I stream so much, I like to upload my videos in advance so they can upload and I don't have to worry about, oh fuck, I gotta do this and upload this video and make the titles and tags and stuff like that. So I upload my videos in advance. So that's why this video, that ranting video, was gonna go up tomorrow on the 11th, my second video at 8 o'clock. But I wake up today on the 10th, and the Ravens did exactly that. They fired Marc Trestman. So I'm sitting here with this video like, what the fuck? But honestly, I had to delete it, and we got to make this one, and they fucking fired him, and I'm just happy about it. Like, everybody on Twitter that is a Ravens fan, and even like, you know, people that just know the game was like, fuck, like, the Ravens gotta fire Marc Trestman. This guy is unbelievable. Like, I'm gonna make some points that I was making in the previous video because I felt like it still needed to be said. And so I guess this is kind of like why the Ravens fired Marc Trestman. You know, instead of we need to, now it's like, this is why we needed to fire him, and this is why it's a good move. This guy was a retard. All right, now this guy was out of touch. That's a better term. This guy was out of touch with football and the NFL in today's world. This guy did not know his team. He did not know his offense. He did not know his players. He did not know his key players. He didn't know the talent that we had on our team. I don't know why this guy had Joe Flacco. Marc Trestman had Joe Flacco, one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL today. Joe Flacco looking and passing like he's Alex Smith. Why is Joe Flacco making so many passes that's not even 10 yards? Like, why is he dinking and dunking so much? So much. Why? Why are we running so many screens and fucking throwing so many slants and drags and 5 and ins and outs and dumping down to our running backs so much? When we have guys like Brashad Perryman, we got guys like Mike Wallace, we got guys like Steve Smith. We got a tight end in Dennis Pitta, a great receiving tight end when he's healthy. We got Crockett Gilmore that looked great, that showed that he can be the #1 tight end, and he can beast, and you know, he can put in work at tight end. But now he's second string to Dennis Pitta because Dennis Pitta, when he's healthy, has showed that he's a monster. He is something to be reckoned with on the field. So we have two tight ends that have shown that they have what it takes. We have Brashad Perryman, that this is his first year. You know, last year he was injured. This is his first year, but we know the potential he has. You know, Steve Smith. Oh my God, what hasn't been said about Steve Smith? Even though he did get hurt in that Redskins game, so I can understand why. Whatever. But then you have Steve Smith getting hurt. So now you have two speedy receivers on the field at the same time, Mike Wallace and Brashad Perryman. Why are we still dinking and dunking? You know, we still had Dennis Pitta on the field. We still had Joe Flacco on the field. Our running back West, he's been looking really good. You know, hopefully he can continue and we can see what he has, you know, long term. But no, he was looking really good. He needed more carries in that Redskins game because he was taking off. I don't know why we didn't run the ball more. And I don't know why we didn't throw deep more often in that game. When we did go deep, Bashard Perriman, I don't know who was guarding him at the time. This was earlier in the game. He burnt him deep, and it probably could have been caught. And maybe if he broke the tackle, a touchdown, or maybe if he held on to it, because Perriman dropped it. But if he would have held on to it, we would have been down within the 5-yard. We would have been in the red zone, 5 yards from the end zone, or a little more, or a little closer to the end zone, like 2 yards, 3 yards into the near the end zone. And we didn't go deep at all that game. We went deep like maybe once or twice that game. One time Perriman dropped it, and I wouldn't say it was too deep, but I mean it was deeper than how we were usually passing when Bashard Perriman fucking put the moves on Josh Norman and got the touchdown, but he didn't keep his feet in bounds, so it wasn't a touchdown. But he made the catch. Dumbass just didn't keep his feet in bounds. Again, like this is his second year, but he was injured his first year. So basically, the dude's still a rookie. He didn't get no reps in against NFL cornerbacks. But he didn't keep his feet in bounds. And that was 2 times we went deep. And like, why didn't we go deep more? Especially, again, you have the receivers to go deep. You have receivers that are speedy and can stretch the field. You had the Washington Redskins on defense running nothing but man coverage majority of the game. Why are we not going deep? Especially when we went deep twice and we actually got him. One, Perriman dropped it. The second time, he didn't keep his feet in bounds. I mean, like, we gotta take our chances, man. We got to. I'm getting tired. And like, obviously, I was saying we need to fire Marc Trestman because I'm getting tired of our offense having potential and us not really going for gold. You know what I mean? I'm tired of these dogfight games that we shouldn't be in because we want to play it safe all day. We want to just run, play action, dink and dunk. And then hopefully our defense makes a stop, or Justin Tucker can make this kick, and then we run, play action, dink and dunk. I am tired of that kind of offense. You know what that kind of offense reminds me of? It reminds me of the early 2000s offense when we had nobody on offense, but we had a monstrous defense. That's what it reminds me of. When we were like that, when we had Kyle Bowler at fucking quarterback. That's what, you know, and me being a Ravens fan and seeing my offense and seeing dudes like Derek Mason, Mark Clayton, you know, Todd Heap, and Jamal Lewis, and, you know, dudes like that. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, our offense would be better if we had a quarterback. I always thought that to myself because we have receivers that would do amazing work. Derek Mason would make crazy plays. Todd Heap would make crazy plays. Jamal Lewis, oh man, he would run you the fuck over. And like, I always thought, like, if only we had a fucking quarterback. If only we had a quarterback that can actually run an offense, that can actually be good. He doesn't even have to be an amazing quarterback. As long as he's decent. He could put in work. We would be great because we already had that monstrous defense. We have that quarterback now in Joe Flacco. I'm not a biased Ravens fan, so I'm not saying, oh, this player is better than this player because he's a Raven. I wouldn't put Joe Flacco up there with Brady and like Aaron Rodgers of today's quarterbacks. I wouldn't put him up there. But he's close. Not as close, but he's like, they're like here and he's like right here. Okay, he still needs more work, and he still needs to treat the regular season like it's the playoffs, because he only turns it up like there's like a light that just switches on in Joe Flacco's head when it's the playoffs. He looks like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers and just like any beastly quarterback you guys can think of. He looks like that in the playoffs. If only he can look like that in the regular season, and we can actually like win more games and make sure we make the playoffs instead of all this dogfighting and, oh my God, we got to get at least 2 more wins, or we got to win the last remaining games. We can't lose anymore. If we just stop that fucking bullshit, we would be so much better. And it starts with Marc Trestman leaving. It started with the play calling. Because again, Flacco's just doing what he's told. Oh, you want me to dink and dunk? I'm going to dink and dunk. Oh, you want me to run this play? I'm going to run this play. Oh, play action this time? We're going to play action this time. You know, I feel like he needs to take the reins more of his offense. And I mean, it's hard because, like, you know, you have the team signing your checks and stuff. But I feel like he needs to take more control of the offense. He needs to start looking like Brady or Manning, and he needs to start making audibles and changing plays. You know, well, maybe not anymore because, you know, Marc Trestman's finally fucking gone. But this is some of the things that I was saying in my other video, man. He has a cannon. Flacco has a fucking cannon. And we have the speed on the field to burn cornerbacks deep. Now, you're not going to sit and run man coverage on us all day. We have a receiving tight end in Dennis Pitta. We have a route running beast in Steve Smith. And he can still go up and catch it on your good cornerbacks. He can still do it. Even though he's like nearly 40, he still puts that work in. We have a receiver like him that can do it all and is aggressive as hell. Then you got a speedy receiver in Brashad Perriman that, again, his second year, but he's basically kind of a rookie because he was injured the first year. He didn't get any reps. You know, then you got a veteran in Mike Wallace that has done it and can still do it, and he's speedy as hell. So, like, there's no reason why people are just sitting in man coverage on us all day. No reasons. Especially, like, oh, God. No reason at all. It was so frustrating. Again, we look like we have a way better offense, a lesser great defense now, but we have a way better offense than we did in the early 2000s. Why are we still playing like we have the same offense in the early 2000s? Why are we running the same plays like we did in the early 2000s, especially after Gary Kubiak came in and we ran different plays, and we ran the zone schemes and the zone runs and the stretches and everything like that, and it worked for us. And Justin Forsett looked like a fucking beast. I mean, he still is a beast. I don't know why we released him. Like, maybe it was like money issues, financial, whatever. I feel like he was still really good. But we made him look like a beast, and he bust his ass. And our run game was great. I don't know why Marc Trestman came in after seeing what Gary Kubiak did and the plays that he ran and the zone schemes, and we went back to the dives. We went back to the power O's. Especially our offensive line isn't as good as it was before. With the injuries and the releases, our offensive line isn't what it was when Gary Kubiak was here. So why are we going back to the powers and the dives, and like I don't get this. I don't get this at all, man. I really don't. It just makes no sense to me, man. But I thank you, Baltimore Ravens, for listening to your community and your fucking fans. Marc Trestman needed to go. Thank you. Now, I know you guys replaced him with some other coach that I don't even know his name right now. Hopefully he can do better. I don't really know about him at all, his background or anything. I'm looking forward to seeing what he has to bring, even though we're 3-2 right now. So we've already played 5 games. It might be too late for this season to see what he really has, because I mean, obviously it's going to be crazy to try and change your playbook. You know, already week 6, you're changing your whole playbook and you're running different schemes now. It's going to be hard for the players to adapt to that. Hopefully next year we can really do something. Not saying that this year is over, but again, it's going to be kind of hard. Hopefully the team can come together and we can run a different scheme. Hopefully he goes and he, like, Gary Kubiak, you guys got to get this guy back. Hopefully we can start running some more zone schemes when we're running the ball. Get Flacco out of the pocket. That's another thing that Gary Kubiak did that was very smart. We started running like bootlegs and bootlegs and speed outs. You know what I mean? We need to get Flacco out of the power. Our offensive line is not giving him the time that he needs. Our offensive line is not as good as it was. Get Flacco out of the pocket. Get him moving. You know what I mean? Because he's sitting there and he's taking hits, and that's not good. He already got injured before. We don't want to see that happen again. So hopefully this coach can put in some work, man, and take care of the bullshit and the damage that Marc Trestman has done. Thank you, Baltimore Ravens, for getting rid of him. It was much needed. Let's go fucking win a Super Bowl. I'm out.